All right, we continue then with our breaking news then at this hour, as mentioned by Mbali, on the world-acclaimed legend Mbongeni Ngema, who has sadly passed on reportedly in a car accident. I do believe we have the younger brother of Mbongeni Ngema on the line with us, Nhlanhla Ngema. Very good evening to you, sir. I know, at a time like this, it's so difficult to quantify and articulate one's loss, particularly in a case like yours, where this is your big brother. And we hope that you'd be able to articulate in some ways, how you're feeling at this time.
Good evening, and good evening, everyone. It's very devastating. We just got the news maybe like an hour ago.
Yeah.
It's really devastating.
We just spoke to your nephew, Nhlanhla Ngema. We're having a conversation about how, we perhaps in South Africa will remember Mbongeni Ngema. And, he highlighted something very important that, as a family member and as a family, Mbongeni Ngema was much more to you, of course. And in some ways, he was even, a provider, speaking very fondly of his uncle. Would you share the same sentiments that your nephew shared with us just a while ago, saying that this was such a big figure, not just in South Africa, but in your family too?
Yeah, definitely. We all grew up looking to him for his previous works that he started doing earlier on while we were still young. And all of us in the family, almost all of us, we followed his suit. And he was very inspirational to everyone, to all of us, from the family to the whole world. And it's a big loss. I don't have many words, actually.
Yeah. And for you, he would have seen you as his little brother, as, generally people always do. They always see you as little, no matter how old you are. How will you remember him as that big brother that you had? Of course, you had to share him with the public internationally, in South Africa too. But, how do you remember your brother?
Oh, it's a difficult one to answer, but he's a father figure to me. He has done everything for me and for the family to be where we are today. And our parents left us when we were very, very young, so he continued to take care of all of us and groomed us to be the men we are today. So it's just very difficult.
Yeah. We also spoke to another industry within the arts, and it seems someone who worked quite closely with your brother. My co-host Mbali just spoke to Mzwakhe Mbuli, and he was really kind of upset about the entertainment industry, the arts in South Africa, lamenting the fact that we give flowers, I think, as he said, to people only when they've left us. Is that the sort of feeling that your brother had, that he wasn't very much celebrated? Some might want to debate that and say he was well respected and well seen and well viewed within, especially in South Africa. But was that something that he felt?
Yes, definitely. Mbongeni is very right. He is a very prominent figure. He's bigger than nature. He's very prominent overseas. You go to America, you got all those accolades. You go anywhere else in the world, he is so much respected, but I do feel like in South Africa I was not as respected as he should have been, which is so sad. When a man like him, he dedicated almost all his life working his work to the struggle of South Africa. Yeah. And he unearthed a lot of talent. He has done so much work that is unmatched by any theatre writer or director in this country and in Africa.
Yeah. When we spoke to your nephew, Sabelo, he spoke briefly about, what the information that you have about what transpired today in the car accident. He mentioned that Mbongeni Ngema was en route to a funeral in Bizana. I don't know if there's any more information you can give us. We understand there were 2 occupants in that vehicle that he was in. Is there any more information that perhaps you can shed and share with us as the public?
Yeah, at the moment, all I know is that he was coming from a funeral of one of the ladies who was also working for him, for his company, Committed Artists, for so many years. They met in New York when the original cast of Sarafina was on Broadway, and this lady was working with the cast, all the other companies that Mbongeni has ever done. She was always there as a company manager, so he was also very distracted and devastated about the passing of Sheila Paris.
Yeah.
So this accident happened when he was coming from that funeral. I hear there were other 2 occupants in the car. That's all the details we have at the moment. So Sabelo and the other family members are on their way as we speak to the scene.
Yeah. And then maybe you can talk to us about, on a personal level, you've spoken to us about your relationship as brothers, but, how you saw him in his role as a father, as a husband, as an uncle. Perhaps you can talk to us about, his personal life.
Everyone, that has met him knows how loving and caring he was or he has been. So to me, it's even more than that. Like I said, he's been a father figure, a loving brother, everything to me.
All right, once again, we share our condolences with you and the family, and of course, Xolisa Buti, for your loss, and we're sorry for what you're going through at this time.
Thank you so much.
All right, that is the younger brother of Mbongeni Ngema and Nhlanhla Ngema. They're reacting, of course, to the news that we've just received, that the world-acclaimed legend has passed on, reportedly in a car accident in KZN.